Hello all, I hope everything will be fine. Today my lecture topic on interference of parallel thin film and wedge shaped thin film. Because these are the application of the interference, all of you know very well when a oil put on the water surface or soap bubbles, you will observe a colored when you will be incident a white light. So what will happen in this case? Suppose this is a drop of oil, yeah, suppose this is a soap bubble, like that. When a light is incident, one is reflected from the upper surface and other one reflected from the lower surface. Then you will get the interference between the two rays, so that the color comes in a soap bubble or oils on a water surface because of the interference. So first we will discuss the role of interference on a parallel thin films. Parallel thin films. Suppose we have a thin films like that. T is the thickness of the film. You can see that parallel thin film, it means that the thickness of the film is constant here. Now when incident line is come here like that, you will see that because mu is the refractive index of this medium and light is just slightly reflected, some part is transmitted, and from the lower part again reflected like that, and you will get like that. You can see that S is divided into S1 and S2, like in case of the Young double slit. Yes, S is divided into S1 and S2. It means that this is a coherent source, it is also a coherent source. They will produce an interference between the S1 and S2 here in S1 and S2. Now what is the path difference in between? What is the path difference? Is let delta x. Now what is the value of delta x? Now again we have draw the picture here for better clear, like that. Here this one, like that, like that, like that. Here is a perpendicular from here. This incident like that. Suppose this angle is I, you know this angle is a R. Now we will draw a perpendicular from here to here. This one, this is angle, you know, this is angle also I, and this angle is I. This angle is pi by 2. This angle is pi by 2 minus I. Pi by 2 minus I, you will get this angle I. Similar, when you will draw a perpendicular here at K, this is a perpendicular, this one is the pi by 2 minus R, you will get a R, because sum of the three angle is equal to the 180 degrees. Then you will see this will be angle a R. Suppose this one is A, B, C, D. What is the path difference? The path difference, you can see that the path difference delta x is AB plus BC minus AD. You can see that. But you can see here light is coming in a denser medium, mu is the refractive index of air film. You can see that the distance covered from A to C in this manner, A to C, now distance covered from A to C, you know the C is the velocity of light, C is multiplied by T. T is time taken from here to here. Now you know, all of you know very well, mu is the refractive index is C upon A, V, C is equal to V multiplied by mu. V is the velocity inside the medium. And you know that V is equal to distance upon a time. What is distance? AB plus BC. AB plus BC upon a T is equal to mu. Now CT is equal to mu AB plus BC. This is the distance. You can write the distance covered from A to C like mu AB plus BC. Now, so you can see that, basically you can see that in this part difference, simply we will use a algebra. Simply the larger part minus it is shorter path. Simply we will use a here algebra, but here we will be including the role of the optics properties of the medium like a refractive index. So finally we can write the optical path is delta x is equal to mu AB plus BC minus AD, like that. This part difference is known as optical path difference. You know, this one is simply a path difference. This is known as the optical path difference. Okay. Now, what is the value of optical path difference? Now, you can see that we will use a triangle ADC. ADC. In case of the ADC, sin I is equal to AD upon a AC. In a triangle AKC, sin R is equal to this one AK upon a AC. Now is this equation 1 and equation 2. Now equation 1 divided by equation 2, sin I upon a sin R, you will get AD upon a AK. You know the ratio of this one is equal to the mu. It means that mu is equal to AD upon a AK. Now AD is equal to mu AK. Okay. You know that the optical path difference is equal to this one. AD is equal to mu AK. Mu AB. This one you can write AK plus KB. AK plus KB plus BC minus AD is equal to mu AK. Now you can see that this term is cancelled out. You will get KB is plus BC. This is the optical path difference, OPD. This is optical path difference, OPD. Now again you can see that also you know that this angle is R. When you extend this light in this manner, yeah, like that, you will see that this is thickness of the film is T. It is also its thickness will be equal here. It is angle O. This angle will be R. You see, because this angle will be the perpendicular. Now all the angle will be equal to the R with the perpendicular, like that. Now this question, now you can see that this arm is equal to this arm. It means that BC is equal to OB. We can write the optical path difference, this optical path difference mu KB plus OB. This is the KB, this is the OB. You can write KO. It's mu KO. Now you can see that in the triangle BCO cos R is equal to KO, this one is the KO, divided by OC and KO and OC is equal to 2T. You know the total thickness from here to 2T. You can write here 2 mu T cos R is a optical path difference. But you know very well, we have already discussed in a previous lecture, you know that when any light incident from rare to denser, so that suppose that this is the incident light like that, you can see that when the light is incident from rare to denser, the reflected light should be change the phase. In case of transmission, it will not change like that. And here you can see that the light is reflected from denser to rare. You know that it will not change, and finally you will get like that. You will see that both rays is out of phase. Yeah, you can see that. It means that the difference between the lambda by 2. The difference between, in this case, so finally total path difference is equal to 2 mu T cos R plus minus lambda by 2. You can add or you can subtract depending on the situation, but you can use any one. Now this is a total path difference when we will observe the interference that side in case of reflected side. Suppose in case of the transmitted side, what will happen? In case of transmitted side, like that, this one is the total path difference in case of the, this is the total path difference. Total path difference in case of reflected light is equal to 2 mu T cos R. I am using minus, you can plus minus you can use. Here I am using minus. What is meaning of the minus and plus? Suppose that this is a lambda like that. When suppose light is coming, this is the origin O. When you add lambda by 2, you will see that this was the origin will be shifted here. When you add it, you will get like that, like that. You will see that when you add up like that, you can see that this one is the out of phase. And suppose here like that, when you subtract lambda by 2, you will see that the origin shift here. You can see like that. Simply meaning of the addition and subtraction. So you can use any one. This is the mathematically representation. Now, this is the total path difference in case of the reflected light. But in the case of the transmitted light, what will happen? Like that, light is coming like that, then reflected and come back here and like that. here. Here you will observe here, not like that here. In case of reflected light, here will be agitated in case of the transmitted light. You will see that here incident dye is like that. Here also like that, because Janssen medium is a rare medium. The light is reflected from here, from denser to rare, you know very well, no changes of the phases, and also finally you will come like that. Here you can see that no phase will be changes here. But in case of the reflected light, you can see that phase will be changes here, like that, in case of reflected light, but not here. So in case of the reflected light, the total part difference in case of transmitted condition 2 mu t cos r. We will not use this term. Now clear? Because this term is come, you know very well, when the phase really changes. Okay. What is the condition for maxima minima? In case of reflected light, like that, here I am using red light, red pen, because I am using in case of reflected light. You can see that the maxima, constructive, not maxima. You can use the maximum, but I am using the constructive interference. Here you can see that 2 mu t cos r minus lambda by 2 is equal to n lambda. It means that 2 mu t cos r is equal to n plus half lambda. It is condition for constructive and destructive interference. And see, 2 mu t cos r minus lambda by 2 is equal to n plus half lambda. Then you will get 2 mu t cos r is equal to n plus 1 is lambda, and is a number. 1 is also number. When you added n plus 1, you can write is n lambda, like that. This is a condition for the constructive and destructive in case of the reflective light here. But in the case of the transmitted light, you will see that 2 mu t cos r is equal to n lambda. This is a condition for constructive interference, and 2 mu t cos r n plus half lambda, you know, the in case of the destructive. You can see that this condition for constructive is equal to the destructive interference condition in case of the transmitted light. Or you can see that in a constructive interference, in case of the transmitted light, it will be equal to the the destructive interference in case of the reflected light. You can see that both are the change the bright and dark fringes. Suppose that you will get a alternative bright fringe like that. First one is the bright, second is the dark, then bright, then dark. In case of the reflected light, when you are using a transmitted light, the first one will be dark, second one will be a bright. Like that will be interchanges, because both the fringes will be shifted by a lambda by 2. It is very important term. You cannot forget the lambda by 2 phase changes, which have already discussed in a previous lecture. Now again we will discuss in the case of wedge shape film. In case of wedge shape film, the wedge shaped film, thin film, what is happened here? You will see the surface like that. Suppose this is the angle alpha. You can see that here the thickness of the film is not constant like a parallel thin film. Here thickness of the film is varies. Here is minimum thickness, here is a large thickness of the film. Suppose light is come incident on the surface like that, is the upper one surface, these are incident, then what will happen? That will be a transmitted, then reflected here, and here is the also reflected a light. Same thing happening, S come like that, S1 and S2. Also you can, and also you know that this incident light, that will be a change the phase, you know very well. This one is not change the phase. You can see that when you draw a perpendicular, this is angle alpha, and what will angle this one? Alpha plus R, you know this angle is I, this angle is known as R. And when you extend like a parallel thin film, here is this angle is a alpha plus R, this is angle O, this is a thickness from here to here is T, and here to here also a T, finally from here to here the thickness is 2T. Everything is same like a parallel film. When you will draw a perpendicular from here to here D, A, O, B, C, and draw a perpendicular here, this angle is I, you know very well, this angle is R, this point is known as K, this point is K. Now you can see that the optical part difference, the optical part difference is equal to mu AB plus BC minus AD. Okay. Now a triangle ADC, this one. Now sin I is equal to AD upon a AC. Now in a triangle AKC sin R, this one sin R is equal to this one AK upon a AC. Now equation 1 and equation 2 divide by 1 by 2, so sin I is equal to sin R AD upon a AK. You know the ratio of this one is mu, this AD is equal to mu AK. Everything the same like a parallel thin film. Now when you put this value here in this part difference, you will see that mu AB, this one you can write AK plus KB plus BC minus mu AK. This one is a cancel out, UKB plus BC. You know that this arm is equal to this arm, BC is equal to OB. You can write mu KB plus OB, this one, and OB. KB plus OB you can write a KO, mu KO. Now in a triangle KCO cos alpha plus R is equal to OK upon a 2T. OC 2T is OK is equal to 2T cos alpha plus R. Finally, you can write the optical part difference. When you put these values here, you will get the optical part difference is equal to mu 2 mu T cos alpha plus R, like that. When you like that, when you waste it like that, make a parallel thin film, what will happen? Alpha goes to down, and you can neglect the value of the alpha, so you will convert this value goes to 0, like that. You will go to 0, you will see the part difference just like in case of the parallel thin film. Here you can see that the phase will be changes. Here also use the total path difference. You can write the total path difference. Total path difference is equal to this optical path difference plus minus lambda by 2. It means that 2 mu t cos alpha plus r plus minus lambda by 2. This is the total path difference. Here you can calculate the path difference for a parallel thin film, and also you can calculate in case of the wedge-shaped thin film. So here I will stop here, and in the next video slide we will discuss the experimentally arrangement of the Newton rings Michelson interferometer. Thank you.